Government of Karnataka, Department of Collegiate Education. Hello, my dear students. Myself Khalil, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce. Course BBM, 5th semester, Subject Management, Paper Business Research Methods, Topic Research Methodology, Subtopic Types of Probability Sampling. I welcome you all in this session. As you are aware, in the previous session, we discussed about types of sampling. In that, what is probability sampling? And first two types of probability sampling, namely simple random sampling and cluster sampling. In this session, we are going to talk about the next two types of probability sampling and uses of probability sampling. The next two types of probability sampling are means the third one systematic sampling and the last one stratified random sampling. Dear students, now we will start our discussion. The third type of probability sampling is systematic sampling. Systematic sampling is a sampling method where the researcher chooses respondents at the equal intervals from a population. The approach to select the sample is to pick a starting point and then pick respondents at a predefined sample interval. In other words, a researcher uses systematic sampling method to choose the sample members of a population at a regular intervals. It requires the selection of a starting point for the sample and sample size that can be repeated at regular intervals. This type of sampling method has a predefined range, and hence this sampling technique is the least time consuming. Okay, dear students, to understand what is a systematic sampling, now we will discuss with few examples. Example number first. While selecting 100 volunteers for the Olympics from an application list of 10,000 people, each applicant is given a count of 1 to 10,000. Then starting from 1 and selecting each respondent with an interval of 10, a sample of 1000 volunteers can be obtained. Okay. Example number 2. A researcher intends to collect systematic sample of 500 people in a population of 5000. He or she numbers each element of the population from 1 to 5000 and will choose every 10th individual to be a part of sample. Dear students, this is about the third type of probability sampling, that is systematic sampling. The next means the fourth one, the fourth type of probability sampling is stratified random sampling. Stratified random sampling is a method of dividing the respondent population into distinctive but predefined parameters in the research design phase. In this method, the respondents do not overlap but collectively represent the whole population. Means this sampling is a this means stratified random sampling is a method in which the researcher divides the population into smaller groups that don't overlap but represent means represent the entire population. While sampling, these groups can be organized and then draw a sample from each group separately. Okay, dear students, now we will take few examples to understand this concept. Example number first. A researcher looking to analyze people from different socio-economic backgrounds can distinguish respondents into their annual salaries. This forms smaller groups of people, or it is called as samples, and then some objects from these samples can be used for the research study. The second example, a researcher looking to analyze the characteristics of the people belonging to different annual income divisions will create strata. Strata means groups according to annual family income. For example, less than 20,000, 21,000 to 30,000 rupees, 31,000 to 40,000 rupees, 41,000 to 50,000. By doing this, the researcher concludes the characteristics of the people belonging to different income groups. Marketers can analyze which income groups to target and which ones to eliminate to create a roadmap that would bear fruitful results. Dear students, in the previous session, we discussed first two types of probability sampling, namely simple random sampling and cluster sampling. In this session, we completed third one, that is systematic sampling, and fourth one, stratified random sampling. This is all about types of probability sampling. Okay, now we will talk about uses of probability sampling. Uses of probability sampling. There are multiple uses of probability sampling. The first use of probability sampling is it reduces sample bias. Using probability sampling method, the bias in the sample derived from a population is negligibly to non-existent. The selection of the sample mainly depicts the understanding and inferences of the researcher. Probability sampling leads to the higher quality data collection as the sample appropriately represent the population. The next use of probability sampling is diverse population. Means when the population is vast and diverse, it is essential to have adequate representation so that the data is not skewed towards one demographic. The last use of probability sampling is it create an accurate sample. Means probability sampling helps the researchers plan and create an accurate sample. This helps to obtain well defined data. These are all the main uses of probability sampling. Dear students, till now in this session we have discussed about what are the types of probability sampling, especially third one, systematic sampling and stratified random sampling. Now it's a time to conclude this session. From the above discussion we can conclude that both the systematic sampling and the stratified random sampling helps researcher in obtaining accurate data for research work. Probability sampling has multiple uses in research. Means probability sampling reduces sample bias and it helps the researcher to create an accurate sample. See, students, these are all reference books. You can refer these books for further information about types of probability sampling. Apart from these books reference, in this slide I have provided internet reference links also. Kindly make use of these links to gain much knowledge regarding types of probability sampling and its uses. Thank you all. Have a nice day.